All right, so have you ever heard of this company, Nano Cosmos?
I have, actually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to take a deep dive into Nano Cosmos today.
Sounds good.
We have a YouTube interview with the CEO, Oliver Lates, and some company docs.
Great.
So what is Nano Cosmos?
Well, they're this company that specializes in real-time video streaming technology, and they really focus on business-to-business applications.
Okay, business to business, so not just like, streaming out to everybody.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
And their vision is real-time video that simply works.
I love that simply works.
Yeah. So they want to make it as easy as possible for their customers to use their technology and really focus on, what they're good at their business.
Right, so the tech is just there and it just works and they don't have to worry about it.
That's the idea.
I like that.
So some of the key components of their platform include a global content delivery network, which they actually built themselves,
Wow. Okay.
which is really impressive. And then they have a unique player called the H5 Live player. And they also have advanced analytics to help their customers track, how their streams are performing.
Okay, and it's global, so like how global is global?
I mean, they have customers all over the world.
Okay, wow.
They have customers in Europe, North America, Asia,
Okay.
and even as far as Indonesia.
Oh, wow, that's pretty far.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one customer in Indonesia is actually using their platform to stream live auctions of bird's nest, which is a delicacy in
Yeah.
Chinese cuisine.
I have heard of bird's nest soup. I've never had it.
Yeah, it's quite a delicacy.
Yeah, so that's cool. So people are like watching these options live and bidding on them.
Exactly.
That's neat. Okay, so the CEO, Oliver Leitz, he keeps mentioning sub-second latency.
Right.
What is that?
So what he means by that is that their technology can achieve a delay of less than 1 second between what's happening live and what the viewer sees,
Okay.
which might not sound like a lot,
Right.
but it's actually a huge difference when you're trying to create truly interactive experiences.
Okay, so like less than a second delay between like real life and the video?
Exactly.
Okay, that's impressive.
Yeah. So it really makes you feel like you're right there in the action.
Okay, so that's the sub-second latency that we kept hearing about.
Yeah. And that's really important for applications like iGaming, live auctions, even things like company town halls.
Right, so it's not delayed at all, basically.
Yeah, it's as close to real time as you can get.
Okay, I got it.
And that's what they're really striving for.
Wow.
So they put a lot of effort into optimizing their technology
Yeah.
to minimize that latency.
Wow. Okay, that's really cool. And so how do they achieve that? Because there's so many like different devices and internet speeds out there. Like how do you make it work everywhere?
That's a great question, and that's where their H5 Live player comes in.
Okay, so the player is part of it.
Yeah, so they actually built this player from the ground up with low latency streaming in mind,
Okay.
so it can deliver ultra-low latency streaming on practically any device you can imagine.
Okay, so the player has to be kind of specially built.
Exactly.
Okay, and they've done that.
Yeah, so it's optimized to handle these real-time video streams
Yeah.
without hiccups,
Okay.
even on connections that aren't ideal.
Right, because not everybody has, fiber optic cables running into their house.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So they have their own player that can keep up with these speeds.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that sets them apart from some of their competitors.
Okay.
Because a lot of companies rely on, third-party players
Okay.
that might not be specifically designed for this kind of low latency streaming.
So they're controlling every aspect of it to make sure that speed is there.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
But it's not just about the technology.
Okay.
They also have a very strong focus on customer service.
Okay.
They want to make sure that their customers have a really positive experience with their platform.
That's good because tech can be frustrating if you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's good. They're focusing on customer service.
Yeah. And they actually call this their Simply Works philosophy.
Okay. I like that we've been talking about Simply Works this whole time. That's what they call it.
Yeah, that's kind of their motto.
I like it.
Yeah, so it's about, making sure that everything runs smoothly for their customers, providing 24/7 operational support,
Okay.
being proactive in terms of problem solving, and having really clear communication.
Okay, so they're there to support you if you need help.
Exactly.
And they're trying to anticipate problems before they even happen.
Right.
Okay, that's good. That's good customer service.
Yeah, and it really does make a difference because their customers can really focus on their business and not have to worry about the technical side of things.
All right, so Simply Works is not just about the tech working, it's about the entire service working seamlessly.
Exactly.
I like that. And they actually won an award for that, right?
They won the Stream Media Award, which is a pretty prestigious recognition in the video streaming industry.
Okay, Stream Media Award. That
Yeah.
sounds important.
It's a big deal.
It shows that they're really being recognized for their commitment to, simplifying these really complex technologies and making real-time interaction as easy as possible.
Right. So they're not just like, some fly-by-night company.
Yeah.
They're getting recognized by the industry leaders.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. So they have this award.
Yeah.
They have this Simply Works philosophy.
Right.
That's all great. But who are their customers? Like, who are they actually helping with this?
So their main customers are in a few key sectors: iGaming, live auctions, and live events, like company town halls or webinars.
Okay.
And all of these applications benefit from that real-time interactivity,
Okay.
where everybody feels connected and engaged no matter where they are in the world.
Okay, so it's kind of taking like, in-person events and bringing them online, but keeping that, like you said, connection and that real time back and forth.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
And that's really what Nano Cosmos is all about. Okay, so they have these three main customer sectors, but have you seen like any other like surprising or unexpected ways that their platform is being used? So we've talked about iGaming, we've talked about live auctions, but let's take a step back and really break down each of these key customer sectors,
Sounds good.
starting with iGaming.
So iGaming.
Yeah, iGaming. So
Okay.
how are they using this technology to really help the iGaming industry?
Well, it really all comes down to that real-time interaction, making those games feel as close to a live experience as possible.
Right, because like if you're playing slots or something on your phone, it's not the same as being in a casino.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a completely different experience when you have that live element.
Yeah. So how are they bringing that live element to these online games?
Well, like we talked about before, that sub-second latency is a game changer here.
Okay, sub-second latency. So that's less than a second of delay.
Yeah, so imagine you're playing a live dealer game.
Okay.
They're shuffling the cards.
Yeah.
You're seeing it all happen with practically zero delay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's the kind of immersion they're able to achieve.
So it really does feel like you're right there at the table.
Yeah, it really does.
Okay, that's cool. But like I said before, with all the different devices and internet speeds out there, like how do they make sure that that speed is consistent? Like everybody's getting that sub-second latency.
Right. Well, that's where their technology really shines.
Okay.
They've built their entire platform from their CDN to their H5 Live player to prioritize low latency streaming.
Right.
It's like they've created a Formula One race car specifically for the world of online gaming.
Oh, okay. I like that analogy.
Every component is optimized for
Yeah.
speed and performance.
So they're not just like, trying to make it work with what's already out there. They've actually built it from the ground up
Exactly.
to be fast.
That's the key.
Okay, that's cool. So what are like the actual benefits for these iGaming companies? Like how does this translate into, more money for them?
Well, one of the biggest benefits is that it helps them attract and retain more players.
Okay. More players, more money.
Exactly. And the world of online casinos, competition is fierce.
Right. Yeah. Tons of different websites out there.
So if you can offer a truly immersive, lag-free experience, that's a huge selling point.
Yeah. People are going to want to go to the website that works the best.
Right. Players are more likely to stick around.
Right.
They're going to play longer, and ultimately they're going to spend more.
Okay. So it's all about creating that, sticky experience where people just want to stay on your site.
Exactly.
Okay, I got it. And it's not just about keeping those existing players happy, right? It also allows game developers to create even cooler games. That wouldn't be possible otherwise.
Yeah, they can now create more complex interactive games that simply wouldn't have been possible with, traditional streaming technology.
Okay.
So think about live multiplayer games.
Okay.
With real-time collaboration or competition.
Wow.
Or even virtual reality casino experiences where players can actually interact with each other and the environment seamlessly.
Wow. Okay, so now we're talking like metaverse stuff here.
Right.
Okay, that's cool. So it's not just like, slots on your phone. We're talking about like really immersive, real-time experiences.
Exactly.
Wow, that's cool. Okay, so we talked about iGaming. Let's move on to live auctions.
Okay.
So this is another area where they're making waves.
Yeah, live auctions.
So how does this technology improve the experience for both the auction house and the people bidding?
Well, for the auction house, it's all about, trust and reliability.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with, high-value items.
Right. Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Yes.
You need to know that every bid is registered instantly.
Right.
That the system is fair and secure.
Right, because any kind of delay could cost somebody, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars.
Absolutely. There's no room for error.
Right.
So Nano Cosmos provides that level of reliability,
Okay.
and they also offer a lot of transparency.
Yeah.
So their clients can actually see, real-time data
Okay.
and analytics so they can track every bid, make sure everything is running smoothly.
So they can see everything that's happening.
Yeah, it's like having a behind-the-scenes look at the entire auction process.
Okay, that's neat. So, and that's good for the auction house, but what about the bidders? Like the people who are actually, trying to buy this stuff?
Well, for them, it's all about, removing the friction and uncertainty that can come with online auctions.
Right.
So they can bid with confidence, knowing that their bids are being registered instantly.
Right.
And they can see the results in real time.
Right.
Without any delay.
So it's like being there in person.
Exactly. It brings back that excitement
Right.
and immediacy of, the physical auction house, but with the convenience and global reach of the online world.
Yeah, so you don't have to fly to Paris to bet on something. You can do it from your couch.
Exactly.
Okay, that's cool. So they've got the iGaming, they've got the live auctions, and then the last one, live events.
Live events.
Which is a space that's been completely transformed by the pandemic.
Yeah.
And now everybody's doing online events. So how are they making those events better?
Well, in the virtual world, it's so important to engage the audience.
Yeah.
And create a sense of community.
Right.
Whether it's a company town hall.
Yeah.
Product launch.
Yeah.
A global conference. You name it.
Right, because it's easy to just tune out when you're watching something online.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how are they keeping people engaged?
Well, their technology allows for features that you just wouldn't have with traditional streaming platforms.
Okay.
So think about live Q&A sessions where the audience can ask questions, get answers in real time.
Right.
You can have interactive polls and surveys to gauge sentiment, gather feedback,
Wow.
Things like that.
So it's not just like, a PowerPoint presentation being streamed out.
No.
It's actually like people can interact and participate.
Right. It's about creating a two-way conversation.
Right.
Making the audience feel like they're actually part of the event.
Yeah, like they're actually there.
Exactly.
Okay, that's cool. So it's not just about connecting people through video. It's really about facilitating those interactions.
Yeah, exactly.
And making people feel like they're part of a community.
That's the key.
Even if they're, thousands of miles apart.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. So we've talked about the who and the why of Nano Cosmos.
Right.
But now I kind of want to get into the how.
Well, how?
Yeah, the technical stuff. Like, how does this all actually work? Okay, so we've talked about, who uses Nano Cosmos and why they use it.
Right.
But how does it actually work? Like, what's going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, that's where the real magic happens.
Okay.
So we've talked a lot about their CDN and how it's optimized for low latency streaming.
Right.
But there's another layer to their technology that's crucial for achieving that Simply Works experience.
Okay, what's that?
It's their unique approach to software and service integration.
Okay, so like integrating the software with the service.
Yeah, basically they've built a platform that seamlessly blends software components like their H5 Live player
Right.
with a suite of services designed to support and enhance the streaming experience.
Okay, so it's not just about like giving you the tools, it's about making sure those tools work really well together.
Exactly. It's about making sure everything works together flawlessly and is tailored to the specific needs of each customer.
Okay, so it's not just like a one-size-fits-all approach.
No, not at all. They understand that different businesses have different needs, different audiences, different goals.
Right.
So they take the time to understand those nuances and then configure their platform to deliver the optimal solution.
Okay, so it's like a custom solution for every customer.
In a way, yeah, it's about understanding the human element and tailoring the tech to fit those needs.
Okay, so it's not just like, here's the tech, good luck.
Right.
And they're actually working with you to make sure that it works for your specific needs.
That's the goal.
Okay, so we've talked about the CDN, the H5 Live player. What are some other key components of their platform?
Well, one really important element is their API and SDK.
Okay, API and SDK.
Yeah, and this allows developers to easily integrate Nano Cosmos' technology into their own applications and websites.
Okay, so other developers can use their technology?
Exactly. It's like giving them a set of building blocks that make customization and integration really easy.
Okay, so it's kind of like an open platform in a way?
You could say that, yeah.
Okay, and they provide support and documentation for developers.
Absolutely. They have extensive documentation and support to make sure developers have everything they need to succeed.
Okay, so they're not just like, here's the technology, figure it out.
No, they actually want to help developers use their technology effectively.
Okay, that's good. And they even have a community forum, right?
They do, yeah. It's a place where developers can connect with each other, share ideas, and get help from Nano Cosmos experts.
Okay, so it's like a whole ecosystem built around their technology.
Exactly.
Okay, that's cool. But let's talk about security for a second.
Secure.
Yeah, because, when you're dealing with real-time video, especially for like, finance or healthcare.
Right, sensitive information.
Yeah, data protection is really important.
Absolutely. And Nano Cosmos takes security very seriously.
Okay.
It's baked into every layer of their platform.
Okay.
They use industry-standard encryption protocols to protect data in transit and at rest.
Okay.
And they offer granular access controls to ensure that only authorized personnel can access sensitive information.
Okay, so they're taking all the necessary precautions.
Yeah, they also undergo regular security audits and penetration testing to identify and address any potential vulnerabilities.
Okay, so they're constantly checking for any weaknesses.
Exactly. They're always trying to stay one step ahead.
Okay, that's good to know because, you don't want to be using a platform that's not secure.
Right. Security is paramount.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive on Nano Cosmos,
Yeah.
what are your overall thoughts on the company and the future of real-time interaction? Like, where do you see this technology going?
You know what really impresses me about Nano Cosmos is that they're not just focused on improving the technical aspects of streaming.
Okay.
They're really trying to change the way we interact online.
Okay.
Their vision of a world where online interactions feel as real and immediate as face-to-face conversations, that's incredibly compelling.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it has the potential to revolutionize so many different industries,
Yeah.
from education and healthcare to entertainment and commerce.
It's like they're breaking down the barriers between the physical and digital worlds.
Exactly.
Yeah, and creating a more connected and engaging online experience.
That's the idea.
Well, that's awesome, and I think that's a great place to wrap up our deep dive on Nano Cosmos.
Yeah.
Hopefully you, the listener, have learned a lot about what this company is doing and why it's so important.
I hope so too.
It's a really fascinating company, and I think they're doing some really groundbreaking work.
I agree.
So keep an eye on them because I think they're going to be a major player in the future of technology.
Absolutely. The future's happening now.
That's a great way to put it. All right. Well, thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
And thanks to you, the listener, for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.